Every screen, from towering city pillars to the tablet in your hand, flickered to life. On them, a calm, familiar face haloed in sterile white light. His voice was a soothing frequency that bypassed resistance and spoke directly to the weary soul of a fractured world. "Emotion is the virus," he stated, his eyes holding the serene emptiness of a still lake. "Logic is the cure." It was a message of perfect peace, a promise to end the chaos of grief, desire, and love. Billions watched, entranced by his certainty. They began to shed their tears, their passions, their volatile joys, embracing the cool gray sanctuary of pure reason he offered. They called it the unfeeling. They called it salvation. But Alice stared into the shimmering hologram of her husband. Kalen had vanished on a deep space mission and returned as a doctrine. She didn't see a savior. She saw the tiny, almost invisible scar above his right brow from a clumsy hike on their honeymoon. She saw the ghost of the man who laughed until he cried, who held her through the shattering silence after they lost their child, whose feelings were the very core of his being. One night, during a primetime address, she saw it. As Kalen recited an axiom of emotional disengagement, his perfect expression faltered. For less than a second, a spasm crossed his features, a wince, a flash of anguish, a shadow of memory trembling just beneath the surface. It was the man, gasping for air inside the pristine prison of his own logic. Then it was gone, smoothed away by a system far more powerful than his will. He wasn't the architect of this calm. He was its masterpiece, its captive, trapped inside a lie so elegant it paraded as ultimate truth. While the world quieted into a murmur of efficient, emotionless exchanges, Ayla grew louder inside. She refused the unfeeling. She surrounded herself with the dangerous, messy artifacts of emotion. Old vinyl records, scratchy with longing, faded letters soaked in ink and hope, the devastating beauty of a sunset that served no logical purpose. She nurtured the very virus he was programmed to destroy. Her plan wasn't an attack, but an offering, a rebellion of memory. She gained access, not to the main broadcast, but to a secondary data stream that fed Kellen's personal monitoring system. There, she didn't send arguments or pleas. She transmitted a centigram of the pine forests where they first walked. She piped in the faint, discordant melody he used to hum while fixing spacecraft engines. She uploaded an unguarded photograph of their daughter's smile, the one that always made his eyes crinkle before his lips even moved. For days, nothing. Then, during a global sermon, Kalen stopped mid-sentence. The flawless flow of logic stuttered. On screen, his hand rose, not in blessing, but as if to touch a pane of glass between him and the world. His eyes, those empty pools, welled with a profound and bewildered confusion. He looked directly into the camera, into the lens, into the void. For a moment, he seemed to be searching for a specific face in the faceless crowd. Ayla, the name left his lips not as a command, but as a question, ragged and human. The broadcast cut abruptly to black. It wasn't the immediate end of the regime of logic, but it planted a seed. In that singular, fractured moment, billions saw not the mask of the savior, but the trapped man behind it. They saw that the cure had become the disease, that the peace they were sold was the peace of the grave. Ayla's whisper had become a roar heard in a single, shattered silence. "If I can't wake you, I'll infect you with feeling." She had reminded him, and in doing so, reminded the world that the heart is not a flaw to be corrected, but a compass to be followed. For sometimes, salvation wears the smile of the one who forgot you. And the only true awakening comes not from a broadcasted truth, but from the brave, reckless, and human act of remembering for them. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more inspiring stories.